Yo, welcome back to another video, folks, and today I wanted to talk about a manhwa called Solo Leveling Ragnarok. You know, not solo leveling but Ragnarok. So what is Ragnarok version? It's basically a sequel with his son. You follow the journey of Kim Soo-ho, which is the son of Sung Jin-woo. And let me tell you, the plot is not the same as the original solo leveling. You know, it's different. Now, as to whether I like it and I'm fond of this manhwa, well, if I'm a fan of solo leveling, of course I'm gonna be a fan. No, I'm not. Okay, I didn't really enjoy this one as much as the original OG one, and I'll tell you why. You know, I'll give my reasons. Obviously, I'm also gonna give like a little short premise of what this is about. So basically, there's these other worldly beings. You know, after the monarchs were gone, they wanted to conquer this planet. You know, they looked at the threats in planet Earth and they were like, monarchs, hello, no one's gone, because AKA also spoiler warning, if you're an anime only, get the F out of here. What are you doing? Obviously, if I'm talking about manhwas, it's gonna be spoilers, so get out. This is your quick ticket. Get out, get out. But now with the anime only's gone, so basically these other worldly beings, they're known as absolute beings. All right, you know, the ones that created Ashborn and gave him his power too, and the absolute being that gave Ashborn his power got murked. So once they heard that their homie Johnny got murked by his own creators, they were like, whoa, let's check out planet Earth. So they check it out. No threats, no monarchs. They're like, whoa, free real estate, let's get it. And they go in. They're like, whoa, okay. They send their soldiers. You know, the soldiers look like the rulers, you know, that you've seen before in the manhwa Solo Leveling. But little did they know, Sung Jin-woo, the Giga Chan himself, resides there, you know, with his wrinkled ass and everything, because he's forcibly aging himself, which I don't know why, but I guess, well, I do know why, you know, because his wife isn't eternal and immortal, but that's besides the point. So they realize that a threat is there indeed, and it's not free real estate, okay? And so this secret battle happens between Sung Jin-woo and these absolute being in outer space somewhere. I don't know where yet, because there's only like 45 chapters, so obviously that's content for much later on. But basically, Sung Jin-woo and these other absolute beings fight head on so he can protect Earth. His mom, well, Kim Soo-ho's mom, you know, Cha Ha-in, we have no idea where she is. They don't explain it. They just say that she's gone or she's been kidnapped. And I'm like, what? Kidnapped? Hey, we better find her quick. This is the one thing I didn't like about it. There's no urgency, man. But your mom's been kidnapped. Also, just a little thing. I don't want to... never mind. This is going to be kind of a spoiler, so I don't want to say it. But basically, there's no urgency to save his mom, even though she's presumably... or the theory is that she's been kidnapped, right? So let's just keep showing a bit more of these panels. Oh, yeah, and then... oh, apologies for that. Apologies. And then we got these transformations. Obviously, the art is still there from the original solo. I feel like this one, the art here, is actually much, a little bit more better, because they show like a rougher, like, characters, like more evil looking. And let me tell you, in this manhwa, evil people, the villains, they get more screen time. Okay, I feel like they have more power to them. In the other one, nah, man. Sung was clapping all of them up, alright? The villains, they look like puss. In this one, the villains are more villainous, I guess you should say. I'm more worried about who's gonna die, because I'm like, oh god, no, please. I don't want to see people die. This chick is a baddie. Please don't kill her. And yeah, and the villain, you would never guess who the villain is, okay? Because even I was like, what the actual F? This bozo head ass is the villain. Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil it, but you'll find out if you check it out. And then we got Beru. What happened to Beru? They reduced the Ant King, a Grand Marshal or whatever he was, commander, into a system guide. So basically, Beru guides Kim Soo-ho in his journey. He's like, okay, this is how Sung Jin-woo used it. At first, Kim Soo-ho is like, man, this shadow power extraction it's kind of whack. And then Beru was like, what? Whack? Hello? No. Yo. You're underestimating. It's good. It's not as bad as you think. And then finally, when Kim Soo-ho like acknowledges it, Beru was like, see, I told you it's good. It's kind of funny, you know. It's pretty cute too, like the interaction between Beru. I kind of like this part, but let me tell you some of the cons that I don't like, you know. First of all, this man Kim Soo-ho lacks the hunger for power and strength, okay? It's not the same as Sung Jin-woo. He really wanted to become strong, you know? Like, you could really feel it, his need to become strong, because he had a lot of responsibilities in his shoulder. And I'm not saying Kim Soo-ho doesn't have responsibilities, but it's just a bit different, you know? And, what else? What else was there? Oh yeah, and then the nerfs. Bro, they nerfed Beru. And then we have Esil. Esil comes back, and I'm like, yeah, let's go! He got a strong ass companion, because if you don't know, she's equal to an S ranker, and then when she pops up, I'm like, let's go. Finally, we have this bum ass Kim Soo-ho who's still weak, so we need a strong companion, and then she's ass to God. My eyes, I can't take it anymore. Beru nerfed, and then this chick is nerfed. I'm dying. God. Bro, the villain was literally behind Kim Soo-ho. How did Beru not notice him is beyond me. I know Beru lost his powers because they explained it how. Well, he didn't lose his powers, but he became weaker, and they explained it how, and how he like has to like eat crystals and stuff, because if you know, like Beru gains power from people he eats their heads off and whatnot, and so he just has to regain his powers and strength. But bro, since chapter like I don't know 3 to like chapter 45, he's still weak as shit, man. Come on, how long is it gonna take you? And then number 2 or 3, I don't remember what I was on for the cons part, but basically there's no moment where Kim Soo-ho's abilities are recognized. That's the one thing that made Soul Leveling really cool and like fun, is when other people recognize their strength. It's not cool if we're the only people know it. Like, that ain't cool. Like, what? When other people recognize it, they're like, oh, an S ranker. Then that becomes cool. And then when he pops up, the aura, oh damn. But so far, there's been like none of that. Not even once or twice, bruh. I'm like thirsty over here, okay? Please, give me something that I'm like, oh yes, this is cool. But I've been dying of thirst for like 45 chapters with none, alright? I'm not saying the character himself is not cool. It's just his abilities, no one knows, okay? And I'm kind of dying of thirst over here from this. So yeah, that's kind of something. But on the bright side though, if it's a bit more plot, there's a bit more plot, I guess you could say, compared to the original Soul Leveling. They explore more of the past monarchs and like Soo-ho's connection with these monarchs now, because there's remnants of them now. So that's cool. And his mission is much different from Sung Jin-woo. Obviously, Kim Soo-ho needs to bring his mother back and protect Earth as well, while his dad is out there finding these absolute beings. But yeah, it's pretty cool to watch him do stuff like that. But the other thing is, I feel like the villains, they're so ruthless. Like, damn, I'm scared of what they're gonna do, okay? In the past one, I was more like, okay, you're gonna get your ass clapped, okay? Like, what do you think? Who do you think you are? In this one, I'm like, oh god, please, 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 please don't kill her. Please, please don't kill him. I like this character. So yeah, I feel like they do a very great job in the villains department. Now, as for the hype moments, I don't know. And for the hunger moments, like Kim Soo-ho's hunger for power, I feel like it's lacking. So I'm not really as invested. And I don't know, I feel like he was just given like a, here we go, golden spoon. That's just for me. I just feel like it's like that. And I'm not saying he didn't work for it, but the lack thereof, or his motivation of need, I feel like it's not there. You know, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that's pretty much all I have to say for this one. Go check it out, the villains and whatnot. Okay, they're pretty problematic, okay? And you would not expect who the, I guess, not main antagonist is, but the second antagonist. Oof, I was like, oh god, just get this punk ass out of here already. But yep, let me just show you more panels, you know? You guys have already seen this one. Oof, fire, so you know the art's out there. And then Beru turned like this. It's pretty cute. And then here, the otherworldly beings. I thought this was the original smiling statue first. Yeah, when I say the art looks more, what do you call it? a bit more better than the original, and it looks more rough, I mean it. Like the people and everything, you see people in older version, obviously, because this is Kim Soo-ho's generation. So obviously you're gonna see other characters too, like Choi, how he has wrinkles and everything, and like who the new S rankers are, stuff like that. It's very interesting. And the original characters that you knew from Solo Leveling are not the same as you'd remember, because obviously, if you know, he restarted time, you know, so obviously the interactions would not be the same. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There are some people that remember the past as well, so go check it out if you want to see this, you know. There's so far like 45 chapters, so have a blast. And that's all I wanted to say. For me, it was like 7 out of 10, you know, 6.8 out of 10, something like that. It wasn't amazing, but yeah, it is what it is. And his usage of shadow and like, what was that? That force or whatever he has, the ruler's hand, yeah, that one. His usage of those is pretty fire, and the other remnants of manas, oh boy, those are pretty cool too. So go check it out. It's a pretty fire story. But for me, it was meh. Once his powers get recognized and he becomes a bit stronger, then I'll become more woo, yeah baby, this is fire. But so far it's a meh for me. But for you, I don't know. Go check it out. And that's all from me, and see you guys next time. Peace.